Go right into game two.
So game one, GGL laying the smackdown.
Yeah, I mean, he went for the more aggressive expansion and actually did not get to use it for a while, but just produced more Mutalisks. And I'm wondering what machine was using his gas on. It must have been getting those infestors up earlier. And that was, I guess, not quite the best move on his part.
It's such a fine line in Zerg versus Zerg. I mean, you just make one choice to bring up one more drone than the other guy, and suddenly the paths of both races diverge. Just
Absolutely.
Crazy. It's really nice to see these guys do their thing.
It looks like we're going to be having the Overlord Bro Fist in the middle there. So they're going to do the shoulder bump, the Bro Fist, and head right over to each other's bases. And this brings up a really interesting situation in this matchup, Rance, where, you know, you get you get these overlords and they can spot, and so both players are kind of like playing chicken, right? It's like, who's going to throw down the pool first?
Right, like, and you want to be just half a step later
exactly.
than the other guy, right?
Because of the defender's advantage, your lings will pop, you know, just 5 seconds later than his. That's not a problem. Even 20 seconds later than his, because of the travel distance, it's okay. So we're going to have to see which player decides to pull first. I would not be surprised to see Hatch first out of both players in this position.
Like gentleman's game style?
Like
polite.
Gentleman's game. All right, guys, let's have a cup of tea and decide who hatches first.
Oh, I'm not going to hatch before you, sir. We're just going to keep it nice and polite.
And look at that. We do see the hatch out of both players. And so, yeah, we've got quite a gentleman's game. They could have agreed before the game, you know what, if we spawn close by air, we're just both going to hatch first. And because that's really what happens in the pro scene in a lot of these games. And look at this. Both players going for the gas at basically the same timing. So because they have infinite scouting information, I'm just going to mirror your build because I know I'm a better player, so I'm going to outplay you. And look at this.
Slightly later pool here from Machine.
Slightly later pool for Machine. He probably snuck out an additional drone there. And we'll have to see how that plays out for him. Throwing 3 guys in gas now. No, doesn't look like it was a snuck out drone. Maybe GGL just paired his workers up better on those close mineral patches.
Play the drone game just a hair better.
Just a hair better. Of course, that does make a difference, guys, at this professional level. However, if you're one of those players in the gold level or the platinum level,
like me,
don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I don't.
Just make drones.
Yeah. That's what I get preoccupied with, is just remembering to actually make them.
But we do have the pools finishing up for both players and a pretty identical build here.
All right. Overlord's starting to move out here as they are expecting queens fairly soon. We can see Machine just now starting his up, whereas GGL has his just a little bit faster here. So we see Machine actually managing to pull this I'm going to do everything after you kind of plan here. So what does that say to you? Does this say to you advantage Machine at this point?
I mean, you know, economically, you would have to give the advantage to a player like Machine, who's just doing it a tiny bit later than GGL. But oh, here we have a deviation already. Machine going for that Baneling nest, and GGL opting for a spine crawler and more drones instead. So Machine deciding now is the time to get aggressive, and we will have to see if he's able to make anything of this aggression.
All right, 8 lings on their way out right now from Machine. So this is going to be something that hits in the next couple of minutes here, we presume. Nice little forward Baneling action here. Right when this guy pops, we'll see if he can make his way over and do a little damage here.
I mean, he has banked a fair amount of minerals and gas, and I would only assume that that's going to be a flood of Banelings. Banelings are actually quite expensive early in the game. Looks like Machine actually opting for some defensive Banelings first, morphing them at his front, but speed has finished, guys, for both players. So these could get scouted really easily by GGL. And we'll have to see what his response is. Second spine crawler already going down in the natural, I believe, for him.
Ooh, with the run by into the main base here, he's going to be able to get at least a few drones here before these Zerglings take care of the problem inside the base. And that was just nothing more than a mild inconvenience here. I wonder what else he could be setting up for. Uh-oh, little misrally.
Look at Machine there. He's actually gone back to droning because Ostojiy is making roaches. And this is actually one of those really scary moments in ZVZ when you've been going Ling Baneling, but hold on, Baneling sneaking into the natural expansion of Ostojiy. Are they going to get any kills? Let's look at the workers kill tab real quick. And well, how do we bring this up on a Macintosh keyboard, guys? I actually don't know.
There we go. It's L.
It should be Control R. There we go. Control R. So it looks like 3 workers killed. So Machine doing a little bit of harass. I think that was with the Zerglings in the main though, and not with the not with those Banelings. So a little bit of a miscontrol with the Banelings, but we have a big move out with some of these roaches here in that lower alleyway. So let's take a look and see. A little move out to the third. Look at that. Machine knows exactly when that third's going to go out because he had a Zergling there.
Well, intel is the most valuable asset in this game, folks, and it looks like both players are doing a good job of gathering both. Another spine crawler going down at the expansion here, and starting the third is Machine a little bit earlier than his opponent this time.
And this is one of those smart plays. Watching that second spine crawler go down, ooh, and look at this counterattack. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but looking at the spine crawler go down in that natural base while you take your third, because you're going to be more spread out, you need more static defenses. So Machine doing the smart thing there, but Machine either needs to pull those Zerglings back or he needs to counterattack with them. No, looks like he's going to pull them back. This is a lot of roaches out of Ostojiy. I think Machine might actually just die here to this.
They're going to make it in with excellent timing here and take on this Queen. Queen goes down, Spine Crawler's next here with the focus, and it goes down as well. Could there be tons of damage before these Lings make it back? Look at that. With the rallied Lings, a little bit of a Malati crunch here on the ramp, but the Roaches with superb placement here are going to be able to stay up for an extremely long time.
Absolutely. I mean, Roaches in a position like that, that is not what you want to engage. Machine with his Sprinkler down at the natural when the fight is in his main. He could loop all of these drones here. And what is he finally making? Finally making roaches. 8 on the way, 9 on the way. But will it be enough in time so that he can maintain a hold in this game?
No, the supply's plummeting right now, Gwyn. Look at it. 88 to 51, and the roaches are in doing plenty of damage. There's still enough roaches from Ostojiy to cover Machine's whole roach army there. So I don't see this going very well at all. I mean, the only good news here is that there aren't any real reinforcements showing up other than these 3 roaches over there.
3 roaches probably going to get taken out pretty easily. Looks like Machine will clean this up, but at what cost? Ostojiy taking his third. Machine actually canceled his third to be able to afford those roaches. So yeah, I mean, we're in a situation where, look at this, Ostojiy taking a macro hatch as well. I would give the advantage clearly to him. He's up 1-0 in the series, and with some non-muta play in this matchup, definitely bringing it back. 55 workers to 31, and almost double the army supply as well. Yeah,
that was a really good timing there with the roaches there from Ostojiy, and Machine is now going to have to play catch-up yet again here in round 2. Things don't look to be going so hot. I really got excited at the third over here, though, Gwyn. I really did, and I'm really sort of disappointed that he canceled.
I think that that's one of the really dangerous things in this matchup, though, is that if you decide, hey, I'm going to expand, and your opponent has been making units during that time, they can see that expansion and go, well, I'm just going to go kill you now. And that's exactly what we saw out of Ostojiy. So it's almost safer to make the units to kill someone, cut production for 1 cycle, and expand behind the units.
All right, look at this. Third is going up. Drones are being transferred, and it's time for yet another poke here from Ostojiy here into Machine's base. What do you think Ostojiy is expecting to see here, Gwyn? Is he expecting to see a third somewhere? Is he going to peek into the gold real quick? What's he thinking?
I don't think he's assuming there's a third. I mean, the third just went down. I wouldn't be surprised to see Machine cancel it again just to make units. Machine actually supply block now for a little bit here. Needs to build some additional overlords, getting that infestation pit. But I think GGL, upon kind of poking in there, is going to assume that the third might be better. Look at that Machine canceling the third already, and GGL just says, you know what? I caused you to cancel your third. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. I'm already in advantage. Just going to pull back, and that's one of those hallmarks of a really good player. Oh, and it looks like a little bit of a pause out of and Machine GG's
curveball.
So
well,
GGL complaining about a little bit of lag, and Machine I think upon seeing that and upon kind of realizing what was going to go on, just goes ahead and GG's.